Namaste students, welcome to English Bridge course class. Today we are going to revise about prepositions. Now what is a preposition? Preposition is nothing else but a word placed in front of something. Okay? So let's see a definition of preposition. Preposition is a word placed before a noun or a pronoun to show in what relation the person or thing denoted by it stands. It also shows direction, time, movement, amount, manner, cause and place. Of course, all the other things I have not mentioned over here, but that is what is preposition. It tells about the relation between two things. I have given some examples over here. Example, he sat on the chair. Now if you see, I have underlined on. On is nothing else but preposition. There is some milk in the fridge. In is underlined because in is preposition. She is hiding under the table. Under is the preposition. The sun is above the cloud. Above is the preposition. Now let's see how it points out the relation. He sat on the chair. Let us split the sentence. He is the subject. Sat is the verb. On is the preposition. The chair is the object. The chair, if you see, is a noun. So here in this first sentence, preposition is telling the relation between sat, that is verb, and noun, the chair. Where did he sit? He sat on the chair. In next sentence, there is some milk in the fridge. If you see, milk is noun, fridge is noun. So here it tells about the relation between a noun and noun. Where is the milk? Milk is in the fridge. Next sentence, she is hiding under the table. Now if you see here, hiding is the main verb. This under preposition tells the relation between a verb and a noun. Hiding is the verb, noun is the table. Where is she hiding? She is hiding under the table. The sun is above the cloud. Here it tells about the relation of the sun, noun, with the cloud. So what is the relation? Where is the sun? The sun is above the cloud. So here I have a list of commonly used prepositions. These are only few I have used over here. There are more than 100, more than 150 prepositions. If you see, I have not mentioned about the types of prepositions here because we are not going to go in detail. There are 5 types of prepositions. One is simple preposition or single preposition. That is nothing else but one single word. Here are the examples of simple prepositions. Above, across, against. Then we have double preposition. Double preposition says two prepositions are there which acts as prepositions together. Example, within or into, up to. These are examples of double prepositions. The third type is participle preposition. Participle preposition is nothing else but a preposition which ends with ed or ing. Now you may get confused whether it is a preposition or a verb. But let's not forget, verb are action words. Preposition is the word which describes two things. So that of course we as the classes, as the Bridge course class goes on, we are going to learn about that in detail. But not to get confused, that is the third type of preposition, that is participle preposition. Then we have compound preposition. Compound preposition is nothing else but one simple preposition along with other word, and that word may be noun, that word may be adjective, that word may be verb or may be adverb. So not to get confused, even that also we are going to see afterwards. First I told you is simple preposition, second was double preposition, third is participle preposition, fourth is compound preposition, fifth one is phrase preposition. Now you have come across phrase preposition, that is nothing else but group of words are used as a phrase. Like example, in front of or according to. So they are phrase prepositions. So here I am just going to read out the list of prepositions which we commonly use in our day-to-day life. Above, across, against, along, among, around, at, before, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, by, down, from, in, into. Into here is an example of actually double preposition. Into, near, off, on, to, toward, under, upon, with, within. Now among these few prepositions I have taken, let's see in detail where are they used and what do they denote. So in front of, as I told you, here is a phrasal preposition, in front of. It is used to denote that something or someone is standing in front of other person. I have given an example. The teacher stood in front of the students. So in front of is nothing else but something or someone standing in front of the other person. Behind is just the opposite of in front of. You are all aware of it. Behind is nothing else but behind, back side. So it is used to express opposite of, in front of. It means that at the back of something or someone. Example, the car was parked behind the gate. Where was the car parked? The car was parked behind the gate. So in front of, opposite of in front of is behind. Next slide we have between and among. When do we use between? When do we use among? We get confused when to use between, when to use among. Between is nothing else but being in the middle of two things. Or when we compare two things, between is used. Once again I repeat, being in the middle of two things or when we compare two things. Among, let's take example of between. I got stuck between two rocks. Between two rocks, I got stuck. So here we have used between. Among is what is, when do we use among is in the middle of. Example, we had no idea a criminal lived among us. So I hope it's clear when to use between, when to use among. Next we have across and opposite. Is similar to conveying that someone or a place is on the other side of something. Okay, once again I repeat, is across or opposite is similar to conveying that someone or a place is on the other side of something. Example, she lives across the street or she lives opposite the street. Next to or beside. When do we use next to or beside? It refers to an object or a person that is at the side of another thing. That is at the side of another thing. Example, a security guard stands next to the gate. So where is the security guard standing? He is standing next to the gate. So here we had example of across or opposite and next to or beside. Near and close to. Near or close to actually has not much difference between, you can say next to and beside. But what slight distance is there? It carries, it denotes same connotation as next to or beside. The only difference is the distance. The only difference is the distance. Next to is used to express a short distance. Nearby or near to or close to is used for a longer distance. I read this. Next to is used to express a short distance while near is used to highlight a longer distance. Example, the bus stop is near the bank. Here we have on. On you can see we use frequently on. Now when to use on, we have to just have a look. We are revising. On is used as a preposition of time, place and position. It also indicates days of the week. Example, I have given two examples. One shows time, one shows position. The office will be open on Saturday. Next one is the bottle is kept on the table. Where is the bottle? It is on the table. When will be the office open? Office will be open on Saturday. Of course, we are going to again revise about on in detail. Here is just a small example of two sentences which is showing time and position. Above, over. Even here we get confused when to use above, when to use over. Above or over indicates position higher than a reference point or other object or person. Example, the mud is, here we have over can also mean covering the surface of something. Now we have above, we say the fan is above us or the fan is over us. It depends what is that. Over can also mean covering the surface of something. Here I have given about covering the surface. When it is used, the mud is spread all over the floor. Here we use over, we don't say above. We use over the floor. Next we have under or below. Means at a lower level of someone or something. Example, the boxes are under the table. A river flows under a bridge. Even underneath also it denotes the same thing. Okay. Next we have OF of and OFF of. There is lots of difference between of and OFF of. It denotes, OF of denotes origin or cause. Example, smoking is one of the worst evils that is eating your purse as well as health. It gives us the reason, it gives us the cause. This of is what it denotes separation. Okay? Denotes separation away from a place or opposition or not at work. Example, he went off on his own. What is here? It denotes separation. To go away from. Okay? So he went off on his own. Difference of and OFF of. So here we have, as I told you, these are simple prepositions at, on, in. We always get confused when to use at when we are denoting time, when to use on and when to use in. So when is at used? Definite point of time. We use at noon, at dawn, at 5 p.m. We have English class at 5 p.m. 12:30, at 12:30, at midnight. We had a birthday celebration at midnight, at Christmas. So this has to be taken into consideration when to use at. Now on. When do we use on? We use on to denote days and dates. In that slide I have just mentioned, I have not given the example. Here we have the example now. Sunday, on Sunday. I have my dance class on Sunday. Monday, I have my birthday on Monday. On New Year's Day. So we use on to denote days and dates also. On 5th of December or on, we have International Environmental Day on 5th of June. In that way, on is used to denote days and dates. Next we have in. In denotes months, seasons, years. In September, in summer, in 2000. We suffered from COVID-19 in 2018 and 19. So in morning, afternoon, in afternoon. I do jogging in the morning. I'll be having my meeting in the afternoon. In. I hope it's clear when we use at, on, in. Okay. Next we have few more simple prepositions. Since, for, from. Even with this we get confused. When to use since, when to use for and when to use from. Since denotes what? A time in the past to now. From the past to now. Example, 1990. Since 1990, I am working in this field. Since 1990, I am a teacher. So, since 4 p.m. Since 4 p.m., I am waiting for you. Are you getting it? The time in the past to now. Morning. Since morning, I am studying. Monday. Since Monday, I am waiting for my parcel to deliver. So, since is used for this purpose. Next is for. Now when to use for? Period of time. Duration. Okay. For 2 days. I went without food for 2 days. 2 hours. 2 hours. I was studying for 2 hours. More than an hour. She was dancing for more than an hour. 2 miles. My mother used to walk for 2 miles to reach her office. So, for is used to denote period of time, duration. Then from. From is nothing else but a point of time followed with to. We have the starting point and we have the end point, end time also. So from is what? From Monday to Friday. We had our college, we can say online college, online class from Monday to Friday. Saturday and Sunday we had holiday. That was from Monday to Friday. From 2005 to 2010. I hope it's clear when to use since, when to use for, when to use from. These are simple prepositions or prepositions. So here we have sort of prepositions where we have to take care of certain things. What is that? Some words like senior, junior, prefer, prior, superior, inferior, preferable, and there are few still more, but when these words are used, we follow it by to instead of then. THAN, we don't use THAN then, we use to. I have given certain examples here. You have to fill in the blanks with to in those sentences. He is senior to me in service. We don't use here THAN than. Okay, that is the rule actually. Health is more preferable to wealth. This color is inferior to that. I prefer tea to coffee. I hope it's clear. All these words it takes to as preposition. Now let's take activity 1. This is just a simple activity just to recall what we have studied now. You can plan for the answer. Anyhow, I am going to give the answer now only. Fill in the blanks with the prepositions given in the bracket. Prepositions are of, up, OFF of, through. Okay. The bus went dash the hill. The bus went up the hill. Very good. An apple fell dash the tree. An apple fell OFF of the tree. Why I am giving a gap so that you can actually think of the answer. The teacher went out dash the room. The teacher went out of the room. Last sentence. A train went dash a tunnel. Of course, only one is left over here. A train went through a tunnel. We have one more activity, then we will stop with this class of prepositions. One more activity. Activity 2. Fill in the blanks with the prepositions given in the bracket. I have again given the prepositions over here. Among, between, over, along, in front of. So let's see. The clouds are moving dash the hills. Think of the answer. Among, between, over, along, in front of. The clouds are moving over the hills. Next sentence. She is standing dash bamboos. Among, between, along, in front of. She is standing between the bamboos. Okay. Next. Share these chocolates dash you. Among, along, in front of. Share these chocolates among you. Next is the horse is running dash the beach. Over is that along or in front of. The horse is running along the beach, and the last one is left actually in front of. What is that? They are standing in front of the statue. So it's very easy, and in first PUC we are going to have more examples. We are going to learn more about prepositions, and this particular question is very helpful. It's actually helpful in scoring good marks in your examination. So by this we end with this particular chapter on prepositions. Wait for my next class. Till then, have a good day. Thank you.